Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RedRum Radio. It's been a while. So happy to be back. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. I'm here with my co-hosts. Co-host, say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We're back, and we're so happy to be back. It's been a long time.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Wait, happy to be back? Is that what we're calling it now?
Yes.
I
am. I really am.
I need a little distraction in my life.
Yeah. Because it felt off being off for a while.
Yeah.
Because we had like our routine.
Rhythm.
Yeah.
A little rhythm going.
Yeah. And now it's just like, But yeah, happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. I hope you guys had good holidays. I know we did. What did we do?
Just hang out.
Yeah, with family. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't think we haven't seen each other in a while either.
Since Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, since we had our Friendsgiving. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I seen Bryan, but I haven't seen you, Denise. Since then, we saw Bryan. We hung out maybe like a couple weeks ago, and that was fun. But other than that, yeah, we haven't really hung out or anything.
Yeah, so we have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, for reals. What's up with you guys? What's new? Give me a little 10-second.
Work.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. It sucks.
Work and sleeping and being tired and getting high.
Yeah. That sounds like a
you
good
fucking put me on blast like that, man?
Okay, not getting high.
Well, yeah. Well, I do that.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, same. I mean, just work and enjoying the holidays, traveling, planning.
It sucks getting back to it's hard getting back to your normal routine after the holidays, huh?
Oh God, yeah. I didn't realize how much it takes you out.
Food already.
Yeah, that too.
Every, the recalentados.
Yeah, you're like, what do I eat now? It's like you forget how to cook.
Yeah. I'm like, now I'm just back to beans and tostadas.
Yeah. The poor food.
Oh, yeah. So it's been pretty good. It's been good.
Yeah, it's like I said, though, it's so hard to get back to your normal routine. It feels like you've been on vacation, but not really, because you still have work and life and all that. But
Right.
Yeah.
all right, you guys. So for this new episode of the new year, we are coming to you with what would you call it?
I don't know.
Is it a conspiracy?
I think
subject or what? What would you call it?
I would call it.
it's
Yeah, right?
To plainly call it without saying conspiracy or anything, it's an airline disaster.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Aviation disaster.
Yeah.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about the
Very
Malaysian
mysterious one.
Yeah. The Malaysian airline flight 370 that happened March 8th, 2014. I remember clearly when this happened, and it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I just was mind blown on how, I don't know, it was scary, first of all, because I used to travel a lot when I was younger. We would go to Mexico every summer, and I never really thought about things like this until now that I'm older, and I'm like, fuck, shit like this is really dangerous. But the fact that this happened, and then they were like, oh, well, we can't find the plane. And then obviously shit in the media, in the news, dies down after a while. But it was just crazy to me how they just stopped looking for it, and then that's it. It just...
they sort of just said, hey, we don't know exactly what to tell you guys other than it fell into the ocean. We can't find anything.
Yeah, they couldn't find nothing.
They didn't find the black box, right?
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
So do you want to
when this happened, I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. I'll be honest with you.
You're like, what are you talking about?
It wasn't until you brought it up that we were gonna.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what is happening? And I think I vaguely heard about it in passing, but nothing that I ever put attention to. I don't know. It was just an airplane's down.
Yeah. What about you?
I remember all the news coverage of it, and it was just constant everywhere. So like every single news channel, plus even like the comedy news channel, because I think at that point Jon Stewart was still on TV, and I watched him a lot, and he would just make jokes about it too, because it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
For like a week.
Yeah, and then it just died down, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. This plane was going from Kuala Lumpur, which is in Malaysia, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It was a 6-hour flight it was heading towards Beijing, China. It had 239 passengers and 12 crew members. I remember when I was watching a documentary on it, they were talking about how they like investigated literally everybody that was on there, all the crew, the pilot, and all that, and they were like, everybody's clear. Like, there's
nothing suspicious.
Yeah, like nobody was like sketchy about it. They weren't suspicious of anybody. So obviously with that, there's just so many conspiracy theories, so many, which I haven't really honestly looked into, but I just from this whole situation, you could tell that there's people are gonna assume things, and they're just gonna be talking, making shit up or whatever their theories are.
So basically this airplane went en route, on time, perfect conditions to fly.
Yeah.
And was en route for about an hour, right? Little under an hour. Mm-hmm. Said goodnight to one of the satellite people that they connect with.
The towers.
The towers, yeah.
Yeah.
And then did a detour.
Yeah, it went, where did it was heading north. No.
Yeah, Beijing is north of Malaysia.
Mm-hmm. And then it went back towards Malaysia.
Yeah, that was the weird part of it. It was like, why would they veer off course of where they were heading?
Yeah, it like turned around, and then it started flying like south, right?
Yeah.
And then
it was like the way that I've seen the maps, and I think we were watching it in the video before, it was heading up this way, and then for some reason heading down back like towards the Australia and out in the open waters. Right. Not really even close to the Malaysian coast, because we're just heading out to the open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the Indian Ocean. Yeah. So it was just heading towards nothing. Like nowhere near. It's not like it was heading towards somewhere where it was going to be able to make it, because it only obviously
it could have made it back. Like, let's say, one of the theories is that there was a fire on board because of the lithium batteries, right? Mm-hmm. It could have made it back to the same airport it left.
Oh yeah, yeah, but then it just turned towards nothing, like we said, to the ocean, and then just fucking kept flying until it ran out of gas. And
here, let me show you the map right here. You had it on your notes, right here, there. Right? Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it was like 6 hours in the air.
Yeah.
No communication.
Yeah,
nothing. What a trip.
Look over there. So they were heading from Malaysia right there into the South China Sea, and then back out that way.
Yeah.
For some weird reason.
That's a lot of like fuel. I feel like that's a long time.
It's a big airplane. What was it?
Yeah, but I feel like what I'm trying to say is like for it to fly from there from Kuala Lumpur to like where it was going and then back this way, I feel like it's a lot of like it should have ran out of gas sooner. No.
Well, if they're preparing itself for that 6-hour flight, and it's supposed to, it was a nonstop flight, right?
Yeah,
it was a direct flight.
Yeah, so it would have had enough gas.
Do they like carry extra on board? They do. They have like a reserve or whatever. Oh, okay.
And if they have too much of it, they'll dump like fuel in the middle of the ocean and all that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no wonder our shit fucked up.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, but I guess the what you had said earlier, Denise, was about the last communication that they had. That was like literally the last time they spoke to them.
Yeah.
And then I read something about a space satellite picking up what they call like heartbeats, which is like kind of what it sounds like.
Like the blinking of the plane, right?
Yeah, it's like signals, and then that's another way that they were able to track where it was going, since they didn't have they weren't tracking it from the, what is it called? Like the posts or whatever?
The towers.
The towers, from the original towers. So that satellite was another way with those heartbeats that they figured out where it was going.
So the military also kept track of it.
Yeah, I saw that too. That they had picked something up, right?
Yeah, but they were just like, whatever.
Yeah. They were like, it looks friendly.
Every tower they passed by, they were like, oh, somebody else must be in charge of that airplane. Nobody checked in on it. Not that they could have, but like, send a fucking airplane out.
Yeah, I guess I had seen somewhere too that they said that it seemed friendly, so they just didn't. But like you said, bother to see what it was.
Because it stayed en route on like actual airplane routes.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like flying out of,
like somewhere where they usually don't navigate. Yeah, I had seen that too. I was like, fuck, it's just
like it was a route.
Yeah, it just sucks. Like, could you imagine if somebody really would have looked into it, or somebody, like, it would have been so different. Yeah. Things would have been so different.
Looking into the theories of it, you did mention this thing about the fire. Why would the fire throw them off course?
I think that maybe the smoke went into the cabins, got everyone a little lightheaded.
Oh, you know what? I did see that too. Something about something being in the cabins that like killed everybody instantly or whatever, and everybody was just knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I think they were just asleep.
Yeah, or something like that everybody ended up knocking out, including the pilot, and the fucking plane was just like doing its own shit.
Oh.
It's on a timer. Don't get freaked out.
I thought it was a Skinwalker.
Right.
They're like, they answered their questions. The ghosts answered the questions.
Bryan's tree just like, his Christmas tree is still up, lit up.
Just lit up.
Yeah, lit up randomly. So we were like, what the hell?
So they were saying also something about the pilot has the ability to decompress the airplane, and it causes people to like faint.
Right. Wasn't it like the pilot had recently gone through like a breakup or something?
I saw that's the only thing that they were saying.
Yeah, that's the only thing sketchy, right?
Yeah, that he was like going through some shit, and he was like had suffered depression, anxiety, or whatever. Yeah. But I mean,
his daughter and wife were like leaving him.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had seen something like that. I mean, but
like, why kill everybody? All those innocent people, they had families, friends. So then I started thinking, maybe there was someone important in that airplane.
Well, that's the other thing they were talking about, of some sort of hijacking that may have happened on the plane.
Or 9/11 had just happened a couple of years back. So they were saying that too.
You mean 13 years before this?
That.
Oh, yeah. Like, why was I thinking 2011? I even wrote it in my notes. Did you? Dumbass, huh? I'm like, 2011. It's 2001. Oh, we're cutting that part out.
You're going to leave it in.
Oh, my God. What a dumbass. How embarrassing. Anyways.
Give the listeners a little laugh.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, but I had seen that too. Hijacking, terrorists, whatever. There's just so much shit out there, but it's because we have no fucking answers. This plane just crashed in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and nothing was ever found. Nothing ever came up to the surface. Nothing ever. Shit supposedly did wash up. I did see that.
Just
but like years later,
that it just identified that it was from the plane. Like, cool, we know the plane crashed.
Yeah,
we know that happened.
Yeah,
but where?
Yeah,
that's the whole like puzzle that they're trying to go after here.
I had also seen that that another reason why they kind of weren't finding anything is because where they think that the plane crashed in the ocean is somewhere that they had never explored. Yeah, so they were just kind of like iffy about taking all their machines or whatever they use underwater through that space.
Well, that's a lot of money that they would be putting into.
Yeah, I think they said it was one of the most expensive ones.
People,
yeah, I think it cost them like $200 million to like look for this plane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those people that they paid. Who paid these people out? Like the families, like the
airline. I'm sure.
Yeah.
They
probably got fucking sued the fuck out of, huh?
Fuck yeah.
Well, every single one of the airlines, they do have that type of insurance that like protects them if shit like this happens.
Yeah.
So
I would assume.
So here's the other thing that I heard in a conspiracy theory on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. So,
like, do people even watch the news or anything? No. Oh, fuck yeah, they're brutally.
They think of like everything. Yeah. I was like, God damn, I never even thought of that. like invest so much energy into a theory. So one of them was saying that it landed somewhere remote, and because the families were able to call people that were on that airplane, and the phone was ringing even like 5 days later. So I'm like, okay, you had somewhere to charge your phone for 5 days. Like, my phone doesn't last 5 days without being charged. Why is it still ringing?
Well, if it's on an airplane, some of these people do have like the portable cell phone chargers. I mean, yeah. I know I carry one when I go on the plane. So
if they're saying that it crashed into the ocean, I mean, in 2014 there was no waterproof phones. Now there's no.
This is an iPhone 8. I got it in.
Is it resistant, resistant, or waterproof?
No, it's proof. You can't dunk it underwater and
it's resistant.
Yeah, so it's like splash it, right? Yeah,
but
I have no clue.
Yeah, but the new the iPhone 14, that one's waterproof. Like, you could actually use it underwater without having a case on it, as opposed to water-resistant phones. So they would have died. The phone would have died in the water.
I don't think it's even
I don't even
possible.
know if that's true, though.
No, I don't.
If they actually called their family members and the phone was like ringing.
You could use your phone. You could text and stuff, right, on the plane.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. If they offer Wi-Fi, you could pay for Wi-Fi, but you don't have service.
So what is like airplane mode for?
It turns off your phone so it doesn't let out the signals and it interfere with the airplane.
Oh, okay. So it's not nothing like dangerous that you're like a battery, it's gonna blow up.
No, that's different. That's why they don't let you have the batteries on the plane.
So you could, if you had signal, you had Wi-Fi, whatever, you are able to call when you're on the plane.
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, I never saw anything about any family, or, I mean, I didn't really look into it either specifically, but of anybody saying like, oh, I had communication with my loved one in the plane or anything. Like, nobody really ever said anything like that, right? Or I didn't see. But I mean, there had to have been somebody
calling
or texting or something. There's no fucking way that nobody, or there was no signal at all, or there wasn't shit, or no messages that went through, or nobody that was communicating like, oh, we're almost there, or it's gonna be this long, or hey, like,
that's the shit turned the plane just had taken off, so it's an hour into the plane, the flight, right? So it's a 6-hour flight. If you're taking like a flight 6 hours or a longer flight like that before, an hour into it is already where they had tell you, turn your cell phones to airplane mode or whatever, shut everything off, and telling you to like. But at that point, you're already relaxed. Whatever happened when they veered off course is whatever happened. We don't know why they veered off course. That's the whole.
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm thinking like
that's why.
And they went power off completely.
Yeah.
So that means there probably wasn't Wi-Fi available for them to communicate to anyone.
That's true. Like, I mean, if they weren't even getting their tower signal.
So they turned everything off.
Like,
they were literally on airplane mode.
Yeah.
The airplane was on airplane mode.
I'm like really thinking like, what the fuck happened to the dude? I remember like clearly, like I was like, what the fuck? That's so crazy and like scary. Like,
what's the longest flight you've been on?
Like 2 hours to Mexico. I've only really gone to Mexico.
2 hours. The longest one I've been on was like 5.
5?
And
East Coast.
Yeah. And it's just like, thank God for Wi-Fi. And like I downloaded all the movies and stuff on Netflix and stuff. But I don't know.
So like, technically it's kind of what they would have done this flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. It was a 6-hour flight, right?
Yeah.
So it's what you.
So then I'm just done. Like, I would have been questioning shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I would have been like knocking on the pilot's door. Can you turn on the Wi-Fi?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no fucking way that they weren't trying or doing something. Like, unless, like we said, that something happened and they all knocked out or whatever the fuck the case is. And
supposedly, the pilot is able to wear a mask. So that means he even knocked out his co-pilot.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't. What's your theory?
So initially, my theory was the battery thing. The batteries that were down in the bottom, where your check-in bags are, that caused the fire, and the smoke got in, knocked everyone out. Maybe the pilot was trying to decompress, take some of that smoke out, knocked everyone out by decompressing. Then from there, rerouting, trying to come back to the island and land, and then he knocked out. So that's my theory, that he was just knocked out, and the smoke and fumes got to him, and that's why he was flying around.
Yeah. What about yours, Bryan?
Honestly, because I'm like reading into some of them right now too, because there's that whole idea of whether it was a hijacking, all that, because that does happen, and it happens a lot more
than it's spoken of.
Yeah, but it's like smaller scale stuff. Mm-hmm. Not really the same sort of thing. Like, we want to blow shit up. It's usually we're hijacking a plane because there's somebody here we want to kidnap.
Or why would they hijack a plane and then head fucking towards the middle of nowhere? You would think that they would ask for ransom for the.
I think at that point they were gonna try to ask for the ransom, but once they realized there was no communication to get that ransom, like
they're done.
That was it.
Like fuck it.
We're just gonna kill everybody.
I think So my second theory is that there's someone important there that there was a hit on.
That's the part of the hijacking theories I was reading, that somebody was working on like superconductors or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Some energy deal thing. Mm-hmm. Like that's very real. Like when you think about how much money, like power and energy, like oil and all that shit makes, to where if somebody says, hey, I can make a superconductor that can supply like electricity for a whole city in a very small area, like someone's gonna want to kill that guy.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
What was I gonna say?
What's your theory?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it was like a hijacking, anything like that. I think maybe the thing that makes sense the most to me is like how you said something knocked him out, and that shit just flew straight to nowhere.
To nowhere.
Because it was just flying straight, like on autopilot. So it's not like they were. I feel like even if it was the captain or whatever, and everybody was still awake, they would have tried to like
do something.
Yeah, it's all of them against the captain or the crew, whatever, of 12 people. They could have taken them on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like if it was something like that, then they would have tried at least or to turn the plane around or made him turn the plane around or something, but that it just went straight.
Yeah.
And like they didn't try to save themselves or nothing. Nobody. No. I'm sure they have like, what are those, parachutes or whatever maybe? Yeah. And I don't know. Nobody tried to do anything. Nothing's ever like washed up or anything like that. Actually, I don't know why I keep saying that, because I just see some guy. I don't know if you guys saw it, but some dude that I guess had found some scraps and stuff. Oh, you were saying it.
Yeah.
And that they were finding like even belongings, like people's like
the baggage.
Yeah,
Like,
baggage.
That's what you find with the plane wreckage. They find the baggage and all that. I think you find that more than the bodies because sometimes the bodies just like
like in Castaway.
they disintegrate.
Yeah, and not to mention like everything in the ocean. That's probably gonna.
Oh yeah, all the
just
fish,
munching on
all
them.
the fucking crab and all that. That's gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys hear about that guy that was in a ship and the ship went down and he was like survived through an air bubble that was
When was this?
this is a few years.
An air bubble, like
Yeah.
inside the ship.
Because when it capsizes, like air gets trapped
Yeah.
on it.
Inside.
Yeah.
And he was like in pitch black for what, like a week or so? That was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
And
How do they find him?
a search, rescue.
What if everybody's still on that plane like that?
I doubt it.
No, it's 2014 till now. They're probably all dead.
They're dead.
Yeah. If they survived that plane crash, they probably
There's-
died.
Watch, it's like
really-
Castaway, and there's like
Uh,
that one guy.
It's like Lost.
Yeah, I never saw Lost. So.
You never watched Lost? Really? Really? Okay, you should watch Lost. At least the first.
I
Like,
heard it's
I'm like, I don't think it's.
emotional
I don't
thing.
think it's that
watch the first season.
bizarre
of
that
it.
we haven't
Yeah.
watched Lost. He's like making it seem like
Like,
it's like
really?
Stranger Things.
It was back then.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like in 1984?
I'm not that old, okay?
First of all, aren't you older than him?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Remember you're Thea?
Oh God! Fuck, man! Everything's been backfiring me today.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's funny. I don't know. You guys think there may shit? Who knows? Maybe there is somebody out there fucking on a
I mean, look, they
deserted
could have
island.
swam to fucking Indonesia.
Yeah, I think there's some islands too, like
some little
up.
speckled islands.
Yeah,
down
there has to have. I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know. But I mean, the way that if the pilot was not conscious and the way that, you know, it was gonna crash into the ocean, that shit's gone.
It's so crazy. Like once you, well, I mean, I'm assuming it's not like they ran out of gas and it immediately just falls to the floor, right? It has to be like.
It sort
Slowly.
of like floats and then like crashes down.
Oh, could you imagine, dude? Like, oh, I can't imagine how it felt like going down.
if I was gonna die in an airplane crash, I would want to be knocked out prior to that. Like decompress the airplane.
Yes.
Make me faint.
Yeah.
And just like whatever.
You're like
happens,
choking yourself.
happens. Yeah. I'm only choking myself on the way down. Fuck, it's not working.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, this whole thing's a fucking crazy ass mystery. Like I said, it's been said that it's one of the most expensive searches in aviation. There's so many theories. There's so many. I'm sure there's shady shit that they haven't said that they're keeping to themselves, the Malaysian government or whatever. I can't imagine how the families must feel.
Yes.
Imagine like us, we're just like
39 families.
we're like nobody, and it's just fucking mind blowing to me. And imagine like the family that's just like going through this that just don't have any answers. They never got answers. They probably never will.
Yeah, like their sons and daughters that went to work or they're gonna come visit me.
Yeah,
and they never show up.
yeah.
Ugh.
Fucking crazy. It's so sad. It's so sad. I hope Renee doesn't listen to it because
Oh my god!
gonna further
my
his-
boyfriend is so scared of airplanes and dying in an airplane. He's claustrophobic, and being up in the air and claustrophobic is like the worst case scenario.
is that the only thing, like, or is it like other stuff too, like certain rides or being in a car for too long?
He does pretty well in rides. He doesn't like elevators.
So
you know.
the plane took off at night.
Yes, it was supposed to arrive at 6:30 a.m., but it left around midnight.
Why? What are you thinking?
Oh, those people were dead because you don't survive in the middle of the ocean like that
At night?
At night, have you seen like the videos of like the people who work on the crab ship or fishermen, and they post the videos of how it looks like in the middle of the nighttime?
Oh yeah.
Pitch
Oh my
black.
god! Look at this video. It's so sad.
I mean, that's fucking scary.
If you guys get a chance, there's so many videos on like YouTube of theories and like animated
crash scenes.
Yeah, it's so fucking sad. And I don't think there's been that many like situations like this, right? I mean, I haven't heard of any.
In terms of like this mysterious behind it, no, because most of the times they're able to find the black box.
Yeah. You want to explain what the black box is? Because
Sure.
I saw it, but I feel like
A black box in terms of aviation is record flight patterns and all that, and communications between the tower and inside the cockpit and all that, so you know what's going on. So you know if the pilot says, hey, we're doing this, that, and the other thing, it records what the pilot's saying plus whatever buttons he flicks on the top or whatever, so they know if it's pilot error. So if the pilot pressed something wrong and that's what caused the plane to, you said decompress and all this and cause it to crash, or if it were something on the actual plane side, some manufacturer error, so they would know.
Is this different than the one that's because I saw the National Geographic documentary and they were looking for a box, but it was, I guess, under the plane, and it's if the plane, I guess every plane has it, and if it's for like if any plane was to crash, that box sends signals, and that's what it is.
That's what it is,
okay. And they were saying that they only had like maybe an hour to look for something because it has a battery life, and it only runs for a certain amount of time. So when they thought, I don't know, when they thought of looking for it,
it was too late.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we only have like 3 or 2 hours, whatever the fuck, to look for it. And they never found it.
That's usually what their first thing in any plane crash, helicopter crash is they're going to go try to find the black box.
Yeah.
Because that'll take them directly to the side of the crash or near it.
Yeah. I was also seeing in that documentary that they had investigated another plane that had crashed, like in France or some shit, and they were saying how when that plane crashed in the ocean, they didn't find the debris of it for like 24 miles away from where it had originally crashed.
Well, think about the current.
Yeah, they were saying like, oh, the current or whatever. I was like, fuck.
It's probably like in fucking Antarctica.
Yeah, so that's another reason why it was so expensive for them to do this search, because they didn't have like they don't know exactly where it crashed, and then aparte having the current and all that, so it's like a never ending fucking search, honestly. And yeah, everything's probably at the bottom of the ocean, and I highly doubt, as fucked up as it sounds, that anything will ever be found.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I mean, it's fucked up, but
like,
it's realistic.
It's been fucking years, and like scraps of shit, have been found, and that's it. Like, I highly doubt it. But
they're not finding bodies. They're not going to find anything at this point.
It'll be cool in like 30 years that someone embeds some bomb ass technology and explores that specific area in the ocean where the black box is, and they find it and they charge it. They're like, who has a charger for this? Yeah. Who has that new?
I think the charger is just to try to find the box, so you still try to get the data off of the box.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
Like to take off of it.
And if it's not destroyed, right?
Yeah, that's basically it. But it's since
I mean, you still have to.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, you still have to think about that too. Yeah, but
it'll be cool though if 30 years from now we could do a rerun episode.
30 years from now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you haven't looked into the Malaysian flight 370, go ahead and do so. It's fucking crazy. It's wild. There's so much information online. Do with it what you please. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. Tell us your theories. We want to hear them.
I don't even fucking know, honestly. Like I said, I'm just like, I don't fucking know that it crashed. But there's so many things that could have happened. It's just like, I don't even know where to start, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can start by paying me.
For what?
I don't know.
I'm like, we drove to you.
Oh, random.
You're welcome.
I'm paying you with my presents. Yeah,
man.
but
all right. Well, let us know.
yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Thank you for being patient with us
Where
too.
can they let you know?
In the comments on YouTube, wherever you're listening, on our Instagram page. I have to be better about posting on there because I suck at posting. But I'll probably put something up, and then
What's the Instagram page?
RedRum Radio.
Yes.
RedRum Radio on everything. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's Google Podcast. Apple Podcast.
YouTube, Apple Podcast. We're on TikTok and Instagram.
What's the email for all the old people that listen?
Fuck, I don't even know.
You don't remember the email?
It's just RedRum Radio, right?
I never saw it. Who made
I don't
it?
know. Me.
Jesus.
I don't know. I'll link everything down. I always do in the description. I'll link everything. And I'll remember it for next time because Bryan always fucking put me on the sponge.
Hey, dude, do you want to like put your audience to actually reach out to you?
I know. And when you listen to Bryan's podcast, it's like super informative and like everything's on there. He's like, my number is 909.
It's not 90. Okay.
Yeah. So if you like movies, like Denise was saying, go and check his podcast out. It's Video Store Wasteland.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Video Store Wasteland on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, where other better podcasts are sold as well. I am on Instagram at Video Store Wasteland. If you ever have any comments or suggestions for anything you want to hear me talk about, it is
or just listen to his voice.
Yeah. Yes.
Video Store Wasteland at gmail.com.
Well, there you go. We'll end it here then. We'll see you guys next week for another episode. Bye.
Bye.